I get a lot of comments asking me about how I found my accommodation. The first accommodation when I moved here and now this condo that I stay in. So in this video, I'll give you all the details as to how I found my accommodation, what all websites did I use, what all documents did I need to get these condos. So watch till the end because I'm going to share all the information that's going to be very, very helpful for you guys. Get your coffee, I've got mine, get yours, and let's just start. First, I'll share how did I actually find that sharing condo that we first moved in after moving to Canada. When I was back in India, I was actually looking at all the videos on YouTube and everybody talked about moving to a basement because that's just easier to get when you are like a new immigrant coming to Canada and you don't have a lot of documents. But seeing all those videos, oh my god, I was actually feeling depressed sitting back in India because I was like, okay, I can't stay in like a box with no windows, nothing. I mean, it's already like a cold country. I was moving in November, so I knew that there's not going to be a lot of sunlight and everything, and then being in that box with no windows really haunted me. So that's why I did my research and found out that there are a lot of co-sharing spaces here, and also there are a lot of sharing accommodations that you can consider as well. So I did a lot of research and then finally I found few Facebook groups that you guys can follow as well. I'll put all the links down below. So there I actually found a lot of posts where people were looking for like housemates because a lot of students look for that kind of accommodation as well. And when you're new, I guess it's okay to, you know, consider that. So from one of the Facebook groups, I actually saw one posting and this was my old sharing place. So we did 3 inspections in total. So 2 of them we did not like, but then the third one, this was the last condo that I stayed in. So that was a 2-bedroom condo, freshly newly built. So when we went to do an inspection there, we on the first go itself, we were like, okay, this is the place that we want, and we just took it and it was so easy. So our previous landlord was really sweet. It was such an easy deal with him and we just decided on that place just after we inspected. And you must be thinking, what all documents did I need? So for that condo, I only had to show like bank statements because we did not have any jobs at that time, not even me, not even Saransh. So we did not have a lot of documents with us. So, but we still shared our bank statements with our landlord just to assure him that yes, we do have our savings and we can pay the rents as well. So it was a pretty easy, sweet deal with him. We showed the bank statements. I think that's one thing I know a lot of you keep asking. When you don't have a job, you don't have any like, you know, Canadian documents and everything, how can you actually find accommodation? So one tip here is once you're new here, just open the bank account first thing and then put all your savings in there because you will have to show those bank statements to your landlord because that's the only way you can assure him that you can pay the rent. So it was a short-term accommodation. We did not sign any 1-year lease with them. So a short-term accommodation in a shared space is, I think, a better option than moving into a basement. Basements are usually for like around 1,000 to 1,300, which you would find in Mississauga or Brampton. But you would probably get the sharing accommodation for roughly the same amount, maybe 200, 300 more. But that's the amount that you will have to incur on transportation. So I don't really see any point of staying in a basement when you can just stay in downtown or maybe anywhere in Toronto in a shared space. So why not? And now coming to the condo that I'm staying in currently. So this one we actually found out, okay, let me tell you the entire story. We actually hired a realtor here first, but then I don't know, things did not work out well with him. We actually liked a couple of places, but then our application got rejected twice. And I don't know, they did not even give any reason why it got rejected. Our credit score is pretty good, and I don't know, was it our jobs, our salaries, or maybe because we're new here? No idea. So yeah, it did not work out with him. And then we started doing our own research. Oh, B. Shit. It's gone.
This should be behind the scenes.
Oh shit. There was a bee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go back.
And then we started doing our own research. I think we exhausted all the listings at condos.ca. This was the website that I would highly suggest. You can check out listings there and, you know, contact the realtor, whoever has posted that listing. But even after searching on that website, we couldn't really find a place. And in the end, you know what worked? It was Kijiji that worked because we actually found one post and that was directly from the owner itself, and I think that made it easier. But one thing is, all the owners, because obviously they don't want to pay commission to the realtors, they put up their own posting on Kijiji. So I would highly suggest visiting Kijiji as well. I think we have been very lucky in this regard. We have found the most amazing landlords, like I swear. Even Numan was so sweet, and even our current landlord. It was such a, again, very smooth deal, and this was all during COVID in June. So we met him in this condo, and then we just talked and we discussed about what we do and everything. And he was pretty chill. He actually wasn't asking for documents.
Yeah, he
was
didn't even care about our credit checks.
He didn't even care about our credit check, like credit score actually. I don't know. He was just convinced talking to us, I guess. So it is very different. If you meet a owner, then I think it's very easy to make a deal. But then, yeah, if not, you have to like figure out with the realtor and stuff. And as you guys know, we paid 2,000 rent for this current condo that we stay in, and we paid 1,600 for the previous shared condo, and our housemate paid 1,300 because we had the master bedroom. So this was my experience, but now coming to the documentation part. So when you're new here, you actually need 3 very important documents. All the landlords are going to ask you for your pay stubs, your credit score, and your employment letter. So these are the 3 things that is very, very important that you must have to get an accommodation here in Canada. But what if you don't have all these 3? If you're new here, you just need your bank statements. That's it. Just go to Kijiji or any of the Facebook groups and check out listings from owners, especially because a lot of them are very understanding. So I think that is your best bet. And coming to the websites that you should check out, I'll list them down here. So these are all the websites that you should check out, and I'll also put the links down below in the description box. I hope this helps. So guys, if this video was helpful in any way, don't forget to like, comment, and please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me, and I love reading your comments, so please put down your comments below. I'll see you next Wednesday now. Bye.